Do we have updates on James Craig? Just when you think that story can't get crazier, it does. And oh, dude, that guy. Welcome to True Crime, Faith, and Chocolate. If you're new here, I am Annette Lyon, your host, a USA Today bestselling author of the suspense novel Just One More and a whole bunch of other stuff. A lot of the cases I cover intersect with religion, and unfortunately, many of them intersect with my own, including this one, because Angela and James Craig were Latter-day Saints, and James is not representative of who we are. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with this case, here is our nutshell, our giant nutshell version. In early 2023, his wife Angela started getting very sick. She had multiple hospitalizations. She would get a little better and then she would get sick again. The last time she got so ill and her brother brought her to the hospital, I believe she seized, went unconscious, and never regained consciousness. She was in a coma and died. That they realized very quickly that she had been poisoned, and that her husband, who was a dentist, had ordered cyanide and arsenic, and I believe particularly it was the cyanide delivered to his dental office, and he told his staff not to open the package they already had, and discovered that this is potassium cyanide, and that there is no valid reason to be ordering that to a dental practice. But he said, oh, don't open the package, it's a gift for my wife. So lots of sketchy internet searches and text messages even saying, just for the record, I didn't poison you, but considering our history, I'm sure you might think so. Or I'll link to my other video about him. Poor Angela. As with so many cases, James Craig was supposed to go to trial by now, and of course it's been delayed several times. So she died in March of 2023. He was arrested just a few days later because there were so many red flags, and it was just so clear that he was the one who did this. He was in massive financial trouble with his dental practice, and the life insurance policy would help with that. He also had a mistress on the side that was just getting going, and he had massive gambling debts, which just, side note, we don't believe in gambling in our faith. That's not something he should have been doing, let alone getting debts on it. And he had multiple affairs that she was aware of. He's just a peach. There are motives. If we had doubts and questions as to whether this is a good guy, within a few months of his arrest, he starts talking to fellow cellmates and trying to convince them to help him plant evidence when they get out. Because this is in the jail, of course, not prison yet. There was one case where he was trying to get them to plant letters supposedly written by his wife saying that she was going to off herself and then frame him for it. That's what he's trying to get done here. And they figured this out because he addressed the envelope wrong and it got returned to the jail. And then the jail read it. Thank heavens, right? Another case they actually figured out because the inmate he was trying to convince, and he said, I'll pay you X amount of money and also do free dental work on your mom or grandma. And that guy went to the authorities. He himself is an inmate at this point of the jail, and he says, this guy over here, he's trying to get me to do this. 2024 added additional charges of trying to solicit these, the big M. However, now we have 2 more charges. As of November, he would add 2 more charges of solicitation to commit the in the first degree and solicitation to commit perjury, because again, he's trying to get these inmates to testify at trial that, oh yeah, this is what he said happened, that his wife did this to herself and was going to frame him. Now, I'm going to say one thing on the side here, but yes, historically speaking, poison is more commonly used by women who end life. But the vast majority of those who end life are men. That's just factual. And so the number of men using poison is still greater than the number of women using poison. There's just, if you look at percentages of what men use versus what women use, if they actually do this kind of thing, the proportion is the men are likely to have something more violent, like a firearm, and then the woman is more likely to do something like poison, less detectable, blah, blah, blah. However, if a woman is going to do this to herself, she's not going to pick something like potassium cyanide or eye drops. I am forgetting the name of the chemical in it, but that's actually incredibly toxic as well, and that was found in her system too. That is a very long, painful, drawn out, very painful way to go. And that would be traumatizing to her and to her kids. If she had tried to do this to herself, she would have made sure it was quick and painless. So there are so many levels that this is an absolute load of crap. So prosecutors filed 2 new charges. The charging document does not say who that he wanted to have offed this time around. The Aurora police spokesperson confirmed later that the alleged intended victim was a police detective. The guy trying to get Craig behind bars for life. Okay, so classy James, Jimmy boy, Mr. Dentist, This is, I myself have a very good dentist. He's fantastic. Hey, Dr. Morgan. I've been going to him for a very, very long time. But some dentists, and I have a feeling that James Craig, maybe one of them, probably is more like the one from Little Shop of Horrors, played by Steve Martin, the villain who's just a sadist. Just a guess. Just a thought. But yeah, he was trying to get the detective behind his case off. So that's classy. Right about the same time these charges come through, his counsel quits, citing professional conflict, saying the client was attempting to have the lawyer commit fraud or other criminal acts, according to the Denver Post. This is his lawyer, Harry Steinberg, says he can't represent James Craig because the client insists on action he can, quote, considers repugnant. That is saying something. One, his client was persisting in a course of action that he reasonably believes is criminal or fraudulent, and two, that his client was insisting on action he considers repugnant or has a fundamental disagreement with. Arapahoe County District Court Judge Darren Vahle, V-A-H-L-E, don't know if I said his name, is it Vahle? I'll say Vahle. On Thursday, this is in December, granted Steinberg's request to withdraw from the case. So that left James Craig without representation on the morning that the jury trial was set to begin. Last act, that's according to the Denver Post. So the judge had to delay the trial to accommodate the change of these new charges, and we have to get new counsel and get the new counsel up to speed. All that fun. Fast forward a couple of weeks to December 12th of 2024. The UWP exponent reports that Craig was in jail twice with a man that he was trying to carry this out. Once from May to June, and then again in October of 2024. That inmate has not been accused of any crimes in connection with this particular case. The trial was supposed to begin on December 3rd. Instead, on the 16th of December, he got new counsel. He has two attorneys representing him. They took over the case. So the next preliminary hearing is slated for February 14th. That will be to address the new charges, and new trial dates have not been set.
Since I recorded this, we have an update. We now have a date for jury selection to begin. July 10th, 2025 is when jury selection, unless we have another delay, will finally begin, and then we'll have the trial for James Craig, accused of taking the life of his wife, Angela.
That is where we are with the James Craig saga. Again, if you want to catch up with the entire story and the whole timeline and the craziness, then check out the whole playlist. I'll be sure to link to that. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching the whole video. I'll be sure to leave all of my social links in the pinned comment as well as in the description. Follow me in all the places. Go in the comments, let me know what you think about this whole situation, the whole case. It's a wild one to me, and I'm so glad that he didn't get away with this. Yet. Let's hope that the jury gives Angela justice, because she and their 6 children deserve that. 100%. Absolutely. So let me know what you think. While you're down there in the comments, drop some chocolate so we all have something sweet to nosh on as we discuss this and all the other cases that we follow on True Crime, Faith, and Chocolate. In the meantime, until I see you next, go get yourself something sweet.